Welcome back, focused learners, to another explainer. Today, we're unpacking a really classic fable, the story of the monkey and the crocodile. But we're going to be looking at it through a completely analytical lens. You see, this isn't just some simple children's tale, it's a thrilling, high-stakes survival story that teaches us exactly how to navigate deception.
Okay, let's dive into this, because the core of our explainer today rests on a really provocative question. What happens when ultimate generosity is met with ultimate betrayal? I mean, imagine giving someone exactly what they need to survive, only for them to turn right around and try to take your life. Those are the intense stakes we're dealing with today on the riverbank. I really want to emphasize that we aren't just summarizing a story here. We're going to structurally break down the mechanics of manipulation, the psychology behind a deadly trap, and ultimately a brilliant on-the-fly escape. It's literally a masterclass in quick thinking and survival that we can all learn from.
Let's start with Section 1, an unlikely friendship. It all kicks off by a mighty river right in the middle of a dense forest. We have an old crocodile, far too weak to hunt, starving in the water, and right above him, a monkey happily eating these incredibly sweet berries.
And this brilliantly illustrates the dynamic that immediately forms. We add the monkey, right? He's residing in the safety of the tree with access to a limitless supply of sweet berries, which he freely decides to share. And then we have the crocodile who lives in the water and provides mobility in return for that food. The monkey actually gets to sit on his back and ride around the river. So it's a perfect, mutually beneficial exchange.
Just listen to the pure, unadulterated generosity in the monkey's words here. We are now friends. I reside in this tree, so if you're feeling hungry, you can come here and I'll feed you. He sees a former apex predator, a creature that, would normally be a massive threat, looking weak and starving, and he just freely offers up his food. He steps up to be a true benefactor.
Let's look at how this bond actually escalates. Day 1, the crocodile fails to hunt, and the monkey shares his berries. Fast forward to week 1, they're close friends, having a great time riding around the river together. By week 2, the crocodile wants to share this joy, and cheerfully delivers some of these sweet berries to his wife across the river. But then, by day 15, that simple act of sharing food rapidly snowballs into a terrifying life-or-death situation with the wife's wicked ultimatum.
Which brings us to Section 2, the wife's wicked demand. This is our inciting incident, folks. The crocodile's wife, who lives over on the other side of the river, tastes these delicious berries, and her mind immediately goes to a very dark, very greedy place.
Track this terrifyingly logical yet entirely selfish deduction with me. Step 1, she acknowledges the berries are incredibly sweet. Step 2, she realizes, because her husband told her, that the monkey eats these berries every single day. And step 3, she concludes that if he subsists on these delicious fruits, his heart must be the absolute sweetest meat imaginable, and since she hasn't eaten meat in a while, well, she decides she simply must have his heart.
When the crocodile pushes back, because, rightfully he points out the monkey is his friend and his benefactor who saved him from starving, she drops this intense emotional manipulation. Bring it to me or I'll harm myself. She actually yells it. It's a completely unfair trap designed specifically to corner the poor, confused crocodile and force his hand.
Consider the crocodile's dilemma here for a second. I really want you to ask yourself, how would you handle such an impossible, conflicting, moral dilemma? On one hand, you have the monkey, a true benefactor who literally kept you from starving. On the other hand, you have your spouse, using a toxic, manipulative threat of self-harm. He feels entirely trapped and confused, caught squarely between loyalty to a friend and the immense pressures of his marriage.
So what does he do? We find out in Section 3, a deceptive dinner invitation. After a lot of hesitation, the crocodile makes the cowardly decision to side with his manipulative wife and deceive his kind friend.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the stark, horrifying contrast between what the crocodile says and what is actually happening. The lie? The wife is delighted and invited him for a real feast. The truth? She wants to eat his heart. The lie? She's baking fresh banana bread and whipping up delicious cookies. The grim truth? She claims she'll fall seriously ill without his heart, making this entire trip a fatal trap. And the monkey, completely unaware and excited for a meal, just cheerfully agrees to go.
But then we hit the turning point, the mid-river confession. As they're traveling cheerfully through the water, the monkey asks about the delicious food. Seeing his friend's pure, innocent joy, the crocodile's guilt finally bubbles over. Thinking the monkey is completely trapped on his back, helpless in the middle of the deep river, the crocodile confesses the true, deadly nature of their trip. He flat out tells him,
My wife wants to eat your heart.
And that brings us to Section 4, the quick thinking escape, a psychological pivot. I want you to imagine being the monkey in that exact second. You are in the middle of a river, surrounded by water, sitting on a predator who just told you he's taking you to be executed.
But the monkey? He treats this like a highly tactical psychological operation. Here's his survival strategy. Step 1. He completely suppresses his panic and actually cheerfully agrees to help. He says, "Oh, I see, no problem, my friend." Step 2. He invents a bizarre but incredibly confident excuse about the target object, which is his heart. And Step 3. He uses that excuse to convince his attacker to willingly return to the starting point.
Here is the brilliant lie he tells. We monkeys keep our hearts safely in the trees. We'll need to go back to the tree to get mine. He delivers it so casually. He even chides the crocodile for not telling him earlier. He plays perfectly on the crocodile's foolishness and his deep fear of his wife's anger. The crocodile, absolutely terrified his wife will eat his heart if he shows up empty-handed, buys it completely and quickly turns around. Just like that, the tables are entirely turned.
This is what quick thinking literally looks like in action, assessing a massive immediate threat and formulating a life-saving strategy in real time, all without showing a single drop of fear. The monkey's ability to remain emotionally detached, stay calm, and expertly exploit the crocodile's gullibility is the absolutely crucial takeaway of this explainer. If he had panicked, he would be dead for sure.
Let's move into our final act. Section 5, the price of selfishness. The escape is complete. The foolish crocodile hurries back to the riverbank, and the very second they touch land, the monkey swiftly scrambles all the way up into the absolute safety of his tree.
Once he's well out of reach, the monkey drops the act. He points out how silly the crocodile is. I mean, who can live without their heart, right? And delivers these triumphant final words. "You are a selfish guy. You'll never get my heart, and you won't get any more berries either. Leave now." He reminds the crocodile that he shared his food and was a true friend, and this betrayal was how he was repaid. The friendship is permanently, undeniably severed.
So the crucial point is really captured in these devastating consequences for the crocodile. Because of his own selfishness, he completely betrayed and lost a true friend. He permanently lost access to the sweet berries that kept him from starving in the first place. And, to top the whole shebang off, he failed to get the heart, so he failed to appease his manipulative wife anyway.
0. That is the exact number of true friends the crocodile has left. It's the exact amount of food he has left. He treated a beautiful, mutually beneficial relationship for absolute 0, all because he gave in to selfish manipulation.
Which leads us directly to the core moral explicitly stated in our source text. Never trick the good people who care about you. If you deceive the friends who help you, you will ultimately lose the very people who support your well-being. It's a harsh, timeless lesson in real-world cause and effect.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this final thought. Can a broken trust ever be repaired? Or is a betrayal like this permanent? The monkey certainly thought it was permanent. It really makes you ponder the immense fragility of trust, the vital importance of loyalty, and how quickly one selfish decision can destroy a lifeline. Thank you for joining me, Focus Learners, and keep questioning the dynamics around you.